Good morning and welcome to EDN113 Lecture Session 2A. During this lecture, we will be doing preparations for Assignment 1. What can you expect from this lecture? We're going to look at the pedagogy around safe, responsible and ethical use of the Internet, and we are going to look at the activity 2A. Part 1. Let's start with looking at the safe, responsible and ethical use of the Internet. The following questions are questions you might ask yourself. Why do we need to focus on it? What do we teach our students? And how does this topic fit in with living and learning with technology? To answer these questions, let's first look at what we expect of our students. We expect them to find information online, to work on different platforms, and to communicate and collaborate with others online. As a teacher, we are bound to put the safety and well-being of our students first. Thus, we should teach them how to be safe, responsible, and ethical when using the Internet, prior to expecting them to actually use the Internet as a learning tool. Next, what do we teach them? When looking at safety, it is important for students to understand that just like in the real world, stranger danger exists in the cyber world as well. Just because a person seems nice doesn't mean that they are who they seem to be. Therefore, we need to teach students how to protect themselves and what personal information is important to keep private. Looking at responsibility. It is our responsibility as teachers to teach our students about their responsibilities when dealing with other people's work online. Thus, topics like copyright, laws, fair use of art, and creative commons are important to discuss. It is important to provide students with ways to find images and videos that are free to use and how to attribute them. And when looking at articles and websites, how to summarize, not copy and paste, and still give reference to the sources. Lastly, let's look at the ethical use of the Internet. Under ethical use, we need to address how we interact with other people on the Internet. So the netiquette. We also need to address cyberbullying. What does it look like? And what should you do when it happens to you? And lastly, which is very important, is what sites on the Internet is actually safe for students to use. As a teacher, it is important to teach by example. What kind of image do you have in cyberspace? Do a Google search and find out. Next, let's look at the CRAP test. It is a critical thinking tool. It provides guidelines to analyze, evaluate, and authenticate the online information. The mnemonic CRAP provides 4 key elements to consider when evaluating information: currency, reliability, authority, and purpose. Let's look at these key elements a little bit closer. Currency. When was it created? Has it been kept up to date? Reliability considers the accuracy of the information. Is it fact or opinion-based? Are there any cited sources included in the article? Or what is the style and focus of the article? Are there any biases? Authority. Who is the author? Is he or she an expert? And who is sponsoring this site? Purpose. What is the purpose of the site? Who is the audience? And what can the URL tell you? These are the things that you investigate and ask yourself every time you look at information that you gathered from the Internet to reveal how reliable this source actually is, and can you use the information in whatever research you are doing at the time. Now part 3 is the hands-on part where we're going to create a Diigo account. Now what is Diigo? Diigo is an online library and bookmarking tool. If you were to go to the LMS to session 2, part A will provide you with 2 video links to Diigo. It will help you to get started and show you how to use it. Now let's start by looking at activity 2A. First you have to create your Diigo account. Then afterwards you need to find 3 resources on safe, responsible and ethical use of the internet. You need to bookmark these sites on your Diigo account. And then you need to use the Diigo account's tools to evaluate each of these resources in about 50 words. Next up, you need to take a screenshot of your evaluations, and this will provide evidence. These screen captures will then go to your evidence sheet under section 2. And that is the end of this video. Some advice before you go on: stop and think. Have I done all my readings? If so, please proceed to lecture 2. B, if not, do your readings and then proceed to lecture 2B. Thank you very much.